Hey there, this is Karen and I'd like to welcome you to another lesson of Creative You Art Lesson Crates. Today's lesson is called Three Wishes. It's based on the movie Aladdin. It's my favorite character. The late great Robin Williams voiced this actor. This is Genie. Genie it's the typical story. The pauper boy finds a lamp, rubs the lamp, Genie pops out, grants three wishes. Disney worked really hard to get Robin Williams to do the voice for this character. He was not interested in doing it, but what they did was they took one of his comedy routines, which if you know anything about the work of Robin Williams, isn't exactly PG rated. So they took one of his acts and they drew Genie from the movie doing the act, and Robin Williams found that it was one of the funniest things he had ever seen and agreed to go ahead and do the voice. Now there was a little bit of drama afterwards concerning part 2 of Aladdin, which ultimately never came about because Robin Williams did pass away. But what we're going to do today is a watercolor of Genie. It's not very colorful, he is just basically blue. But this is going to be a real fun, silly picture of him. So we're going to go ahead and start with our pencil. And I'm going to use this as my reference, but these are not the pictures that we're painting. This is just simply our artist's fan art that is our inspiration. What we want to first start with is a circle towards the top. We're going to do his head popping into the canvas or the picture. So if we're going to do a circle in the upper left side and turn it into almost a snowman. So you have the smaller one here and then another circle here or an oval. And what we want to do is connect both sides. So we've made a pear. You see that? So to make it easy on ourselves, we can erase the center here of where they overlap. Let's go ahead and over on this side add an ear, which is kind of a curve out. And at the top, give it a little bit of a bump, curve it in and bump it back out. It's almost a leaf look. And let's make a little fold. We'll add an earring, which is just a C and another C. On this side, we'll put another ear. Curve out, slight bump. But since his head is going to be slightly twisted, you're not going to see the inside of the ear like this side. It's going to be just a curve. So you've made almost a banana shape. I want to add a neck. So let's just, somewhere under that chin, curve out and curve out. I like that it goes off the page. He's popping in. It's kind of fun, a little silly. Now where our two circles kind of met, we want to draw his cheeks. U shape, almost a curvy V. And let's give him a nose. His nose is going to be below these 2 points, but kind of angled to the side. I like to go out and out, curve it to a point and curve it back. Looks a little weird, I know, but he has a very large nose. We're going to come up to the cheek with his mouth. Down to the nose, bring it back up to the cheek, big old grin. massive chin. And to really illuminate that massive chin, we're going to give him a beard. Start at your cheek, and we're going to end at our cheek. Go just inside your circle. And we're going to do it again, but this time we're going to go to the outside. And bring it back to the cheek. Under here he has a curly Q, so make a J. And from this side, curve it in and then follow your J as well. You can erase this line if you want to. It will be filled in black, but it might be a little see-through since it's watercolor, so we'll just erase it. Now his eyes. We're gonna give him some big, silly, goofy eyes. One big one here, and one big one here. Now the fun thing is that they're not really uniform in shape, and that's okay. He's silly. He's gonna have cross eyes, so have both of them going towards the center. An eyebrow, which is a frown, and then a larger frown. And we're going to do the same thing on this one, but we're going to go outside of the head. It's physically impossible for your eyebrow to leave your head. So that's more of the comic genius of these artists. They stretch reality. We can go ahead and darken his head if you want to. And finally, we need to give him a ponytail. So give a little bit of a rounded square. Pop out. Let's do another pop out. Come back in. And meet it. And there is Genie. Pretty simple, huh? When you break it down to very small parts, it makes things a lot easier. When you look at something really large and you think, oh, there's no way I can do that, but then break it down, suddenly it's a whole lot more doable. All right, so for this next part of our lesson, we need to outline Genie. The reason I want to outline him is because when we watercolor him, we might lose some of our pencil lines. Now I did draw really dark, so that's good. If I wanted to leave it like this, I could. But I like to give cartoons a cartoon edge, which means I like to make my cartoons outlined. Now your kit came with a thin permanent marker. This thin permanent marker, you need to treat it like it's a train, a choo-choo train. And your pencil lines are your tracks. So you want to make sure that your train stays on the tracks. Now you notice that it's a little difficult to see it on the video, so I will be using a larger permanent marker just so you can see it at home. But I would normally use the thin marker. So we're going to go ahead and just outline every pencil line. And when you get to the ponytail, remember, one fluid line, swoop it back and up. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video and finish outlining this. You do the same, and when we come back, we'll fill in our Genie. Okay, so I have Genie all outlined, and what you'll wanna do now is erase any pencil lines that are showing that are not supposed to show. Maybe you wobbled your line a little bit. Just get all those extra pencil lines out of your picture. Okay, and there we go. So now it's time to fill them in. You are using some paints that are washable. They are water-based. And you can do it nice and thick if you want to and not watercolor it, or you can watercolor it. To watercolor a painting, you just add a little bit of water to the existing paint. So I have some water that I've put in a container here. It's fresh, clean water. You don't want to use used water for this project or you're going to have some mucky colors. And I'm going to slide this over. And you need your paintbrush. Your paintbrush is just wood, a metal barrel, and bristles. Your bristles are very special. If you go the wrong direction, you're going to mess them up. So be very gentle with your brush. Don't give it a bad hair day. So for step one, what I want to do is I want to determine which of my blues are the best for my Genie. And I think that this one is the best one. It's the darker one. We have 3 here with our kit. I really think that Genie is more of the darker blue. I'm going to set those aside. This kit is fabulous because the colors are individually sealed. So even if you need 50 colors, you can use them one at a time and not have to open up all of them, which is a wonderful thing. Okay, so once again, if you wanted to do this like it were just a regular painting, you would just dip your brush in the paint and paint away. Now, I'm going to show you how to do it as a watercolor. I'm going to dip my brush in water. I'm going to dip it in paint. There's not a lot on there. And I'm going to paint. You see how far it spreads when you add water to it? It'll keep going and going and going. Water, paint, and fill. All right, my friends, I'm going to continue doing just my blue, water, and paint. And we're going to catch back up in just a minute. Don't forget, the eyes stay white. The beard is black, so you don't have to worry about painting that. The eyebrows are also black. So don't worry about painting any of those parts, but watch what I'm going to do before I sign off real quick. I'm going to paint right on over the mouth into the chin. Do you see that? And the reason I can do that is because I have permanent marker. It's not spreading. So you can just go right on top of it. All right, you guys, go ahead and pause this video. Finish filling in Genie's head and neck, and we'll be back in just a minute. Welcome back, and now it's time to do the exact same thing that we did with our blue, with our black. Dip it in your paint, take some black, and fill in the ponytail. You're going to find the black looks kind of gray. That's because it's transparent. And what does black and white make? It makes gray. Well, if you think about it this way, your paper is white, your paint is black. Put them together and you have gray. If you want a solid black ponytail and facial hair, you can. Just don't add water, and you'll probably need to do a couple coats. Alrighty. Do the eyebrows. Oh, I did it backwards, but it still works if you do the paint and then water, or water and then paint. Pupils. And the beard. Now for my sample, I'm not going to be painting the background, but you as the artist can. What is the background? The background is anything behind him. I don't mean that it's his back. I mean it is what's behind him. So all of this white space over here and here, that's background. So think about it. Where could you put him? Is he in a desert? Is he at Walmart? Is he, you know, where is he? Put him there. Put him in the clouds. Put him wherever you want him to go. All right, so I'm gonna clean off my brush. Close up my paint. Always, always, always close up your paint when you're not using it. I'm gonna come over to my orange. It is located next to the neon green. I'm going to wet my brush, dip it. I wanna do my ponytail holder and my earring. So there's our very adorable Genie. I think I would like to take him just one more step further. I want to come down to this light blue. I'm going to wet my paintbrush, but I'm not going to like dip it and have a lot of water on there. I want to take some of this blue, whoops. I want to add a little bit of a lighter blue to the top of his nose. I would like a little bit on his cheeks, just for a little bit of tonal difference. A little bit the outside of the ears. And a little bit on his neck. Now, I'm gonna close it, and I'm gonna come over to my white. The white's not gonna show too much, so I want to dry off my brush. I want to have as much white as possible seen. And I'm going to add a little bit to the forehead, a little bit shine, a little more to the nose. A little shine in each of the eyes, just a dot. Touch on the cheek. A little bit in the ears. You can add shine to the hair, to the earring, and even add shine to the beard if you want to. As always, please remember to sign your artwork. And that right there is a completed Genie. I would like to thank you for joining me for your lesson today. I really enjoyed doing this Genie with you. I hope to talk to you soon. Please feel free to contact us through our website, creativeartlessoncrates.com, and send us some pictures of what you've done. We love to see it. Thank you guys for joining us. We will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.